Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on the Larksfoot track stitch. This is exactly what you see here. This can be in any size, whether it's a scarf or a full size Afghan. It's really quite easy to maintain. I thought when I saw this originally on the pattern that it was going to be very difficult, that I'd have to walk backwards, pat my head, jump up and down, and not being able to watch TV at the same time. This is so simple it's not even funny. Let me tell you a little bit more about this and then we'll jump right into the tutorial to show you how to do it. The key trick to knowing what to do on this is that it's in multiples of 6. So no matter what size that you want to make it, keep it in multiples of 6. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and keep doing that until you get to the size that you want. At the very end of your chain you're just going to add 3. So that's your multiples of 6 plus 3. What you need to pay attention to is that the outside here has a total of what appears to be 6 double crochets or 6 stitches. There is a chain 1 space and the ones in the middle. So even if this was bigger, okay, so all the ones in the middle will only have 5 stitches, and then it won't be until the other side of the panel that you'll have 6 again. So it'll be 6 on both sides of the edges, and then everything in the middle will all be in groups of 5. Because of the chain in the middle, it makes everything look separated and you have a stitch. That's amazing. So without further ado, let's grab our yarn and a hook and let me show you how to do this. So I'm just using some Bernat Super Value yarn today, 5mm size crochet hook. You can change your yarn or the hook size, it's up to you. Just make sure that they complement each other. Let's start off with a slip knot, and remember what I said, it's in multiples of 6 plus 3. So you can do any size that you wish as long as you keep it in multiples of 6. So I'm gonna do 3 multiples. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it big enough? Yes or no? If not, keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Big enough? Yes or no? Keep going if you're not satisfied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm going to stop here, but you can keep going to the full size Afghan. How many chains do you need to do to get Afghans? You just lay it down next to an Afghan and then you can determine how big you want it. So once you've satisfied with the length, please add 3. 1, 2, 3. And that makes it, your repeat pattern is multiples of 6 plus 3. To do the first row is really easy. So you're gonna count back to the 4th chain. So 1, 2, 3, and go to 4th. Turn that chain over and get the back hump of it, okay, and just double crochet. And you want to double crochet the next 4 stitches on the next 4 chains. So we'll do that. And so what will appear on the edge is that it'll appear 6 double crochets, because the chaining of 3 in the rules of crochet generally means it's a double crochet as well. So if you can keep that in your mind, it just is a lot easier to do that. So I want to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Do you see 6? So once you're satisfied with that, chain 1, skip 1 on the chain, and then double crochet the next 5 stitches. So everything in the middle except for the borders will always just be 5 double crochets and then followed by a chain 1, and then you're gonna jump to the next group and do another 5. So you're gonna keep doing that across. Okay, there's 4 and 5 is coming up next. So I'm coming up to an edge, but if it wasn't an edge you'll just chain 1, skip 1, and keep doing another group of 5 and keep doing that all the way across. So once you get to the other side, chain 1, okay, and your skip 1 is always, and you will double crochet the next 6. Okay, so if your counts are right, you should have a total of 6 empty chains left in order to fill it in. Okay, it's 4, 5, and I got one more chain left. Look at that. So that means my counts are right, the multiples are right, and that's what the first row looks like. So we have it established, so you can see the groups there. So you have 6 on the edge, everything in the middle should only be 5, and then the other side should be 6. Let's move along to row number 2. Row number 2 is really easy. Just turn your work, and all you're just gonna do is just chain 1, and you are going to put in a single crochet in each one of the double crochets, followed by a chain 1, and then a single crochet in the next group, a chain 1, and keep single crocheting across. So let's do that. So we're just gonna start off immediately, and so there will be 6 single crochets in the first group because there's 6 double crochets. I found with myself I do count. when I do this to make sure I get them all. So once you get your 6 in there, chain 1, jump this gap space and go immediately to the next double crochet and do the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, followed by it chain 1 because we're gonna jump. So you'll keep doing, if there's more 5s, keep doing the 5s, and then if you get to the other side like I'm about to, it's just there's gonna be 6 single crochets left in the final. Do not forget that the 1 on the outside, so you have 2 stitches left, don't forget about this one here because it appears that you've got it, but in actual fact you have to go to the top of the chain for that final single crochet in order to keep it in balance. So here is gonna be the fancy footwork then, going from rows number 3, and then it just is a matter of a repeat pattern in order to do the rest of your panel. So let's turn our work and we're going to start the tracks. Okay, and that's gonna come up first. So we're always gonna start off the same way. We're gonna start off with chaining a 3, and that counts as the first double crochet in the group. Okay, so we don't worry about this stitch underneath. So the next one is going to be a right post stitch. Okay, and this is how you're going to do it, and I'll show it several times. So you're gonna come in and you're going to appear to do a double crochet into the next one, and you're gonna yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the 2 just like this. Okay, and then the next one is going to be we're gonna save that on there, and we want to go to the middle one. So ignore this outside one, just look at it as in groups of 5 because there's only 5 in the middle. The outside here, there's an extra one there so that you can maintain balance, but what we want to do is that we want to do a treble into the front post down on this double crochet right in the middle of the 5. Okay, so we wrap our hook twice and do a front post double crochet, or front post treble. Okay, and going in and out the other side, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you'll notice that there's 3 loops left on here, which is the starting one. This is the one that you'd already started, and then this is the new one. Yarn over, pull through all 3. So what we're going to do then, this is blocking your view of a stitch that is still needing to be done in behind. So you just gotta kind of move it out of the way, and you were going to double crochet 3 times. So 1 and go into the next one for 2 and the next one for 3. So you have 1 stitch left before you do this jump. Okay, so we have to create this again, but now we have to create it in reverse. So we have to do the treble, front post treble first, and then finish off the last one. So how we do that is we wrap the hook, we go around the same post and yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 and 2 and hold. So you have to stop before you go and finish that stitch completely. Then you come into the final stitch that's available to you and just wrap the hook and in, yarn over, pull through 2, and now you have the start, you have the treble, and you have the final, and you just yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, so there is your first track, and I'm going to review this again, so don't worry if you're not catching it. So you have to do a chain 1 first, which maintains this gap space, and now everything that's in the groups of 5, we're going to start off and do tracks right away. So it's only on the first one here that we are worrying about this chaining up of 3. So we go to up here to double crochet the first one, but we don't finish it. So yarn over, going in, pulling through 2 and hold. Now we're going to do the track. So it's a front post treble. So wrap the hook twice into the first, or sorry, into the middle one of the 5. Okay, the front post, the middle one of the 5. Yarn over, pull through, pull the 2 and 2, and you have now 3 on there, which is your starting, which is your one that were here, and the treble. So yarn over, pull through all 3. Just shift this out of the way and just double crochet 3 in a row. Okay, and those are the 3 in there. So you just gotta make sure you shift that out of the way so you can see it. So this time it's now gonna be in reverse because it's gonna lean the other way. So we start off with the treble first, going into that same front post, pull through 2 and 2 and hold. So don't finish that stitch, and then you go into the final single crochet before the jump, and then just do that one as well. So okay, yarn over, pull through. So chain 1 and let's do it again. So here's the outside. So if you're doing the fives are always done the same way. So here's the outside edge. So we're going to start off and we're going to start that double crochet, but we're not going to finish it. We're going to ignore the final one of the 6 and only go to the middle one of the 5. Okay, so ignore this one and do the treble into that one, front post treble. Okay, you have now 3 on your hook, 3 loops, pull through all 3, double crochet the next 5, or sorry, the next 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and now we have to then do this in reverse. So we wrap the hook, front post, turn, or going around, pull through 2 and hold, and then we do the next one. So there's actually 2 stitches left, but it's an outside one. Okay, so this finishes off that one and the final stitch is just 1 double crochet by itself. So when we chained up 1 on this one, we have one that stands alone, and then this final one is standing alone just like this, and that's how you get your tracks. But let me show you how to do the next row, and then I'm gonna repeat this one more time. So let's turn our work, and remember how we did the single crochets? Well, now the work is turned around. We're looking at the wrong side. So we just chain up 1 and we single crochet all of the double crochets that you found. Okay, you skip over by chaining 1 and then double crochet all the 5 and keep on doing that all the way down. So we just immediately start. So I tend to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then chain 1 to jump over that gap space and come immediately into the first one. So 1, so all the ones in the middle should only be 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then chain 1 to jump, and then you have your remainder here. So you would have 5s going all the way across. The final there should be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, just like that. So let's turn our work and continue up, and we're gonna do a track once again. So every other row is the track and every other row is the single crochet. So let's begin to do the track first, or next. So we're gonna chain up 3. That counts as a double crochet. It's standing by itself, and now we're gonna start the track. So we're gonna yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 and hold. And now if you just follow your eyes up, you can just immediately find the middle one of the group of 5. Don't count that first one, just it's the middle one of the 5. Wrap the hook twice, front post treble. You got 3 left on your, pull through all 3, and then you're gonna just shift that out of the way so you can see all the stitches, and there will be 3 double crochets in a row. Okay, and now you're going to do the front post track again, but it's going to be in reverse. So we have to do the treble first, going into the same post, pull through 2 and 2 and hold, so don't finish it, and then come into the very last one of the group and then pull through all 3. Okay, chain 1. So this, all the ones in the middle, there's not gonna be 6, so we just immediately start right away. So we just start with the double, but we're not gonna finish it. We wrap the hook going into the middle. Okay, now finish everything, so pull through everything and then 3 double crochets in a row. Okay, and now we have to do the reverse for the track. So wrap a hook first, going into the front post of the middle one. Okay, and then go into the final. Okay, chain 1 and then the final one here. So we start off immediately with the track, going into the middle. Okay, and then double crochet 3 times. 1, 2 and 3. The next one is going to be the track, but in reverse. So wrap first, going in treble. Okay, and just finish it off, and you have 1 stitch left, which is your double. That's all this is. See, isn't that amazing? It's really, really neat. So this is how to do the Larksfoot track. It's really quite easy, and you can do this in Afghan format. You can do it in scarves, cowls, and etc. Really great stitch, and it really works wonders. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of Yarnspirations as well as thecrochetcrowd.com. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye bye.